We all have our own reasons for deciding that it's time to learn a new skill.
Oh God.
For me,
Oh shit.
that was this moment. You see, I have a history of head injuries, and there is nothing I'm more afraid of. So after this unfortunate incident, I committed myself to getting more comfortable in the air so that at the very least, I could minimize my risk of future bike-related head injury. To me, the most obvious place to start was by mastering the bunny hop. And as it turns out, getting more comfortable in the air, while that's definitely been a side effect of learning the hop, has only been one of 5 ways the bunny hop has dramatically improved my riding. Now, before I get into covering the reasons that I think you should all learn the hop, know that I'm not going to get into the technique here. There are far better riders with excellent videos out there. But I do really recommend the skills with fill videos. Those are the ones that help me the most, but I probably watched every bunny hop video on YouTube at least a couple of times throughout the learning process. The nice thing is that choice is abundant, and the elements of the technique are all generally agreed upon, so if you don't jive with the first video you see, keep looking and you're almost guaranteed to find someone who's going to communicate on your level. Actually, one last note on the learning process. Everyone learns a little bit differently, but for me, by the end of day 11, I was consistently getting about 15 inches. Obviously, there's still room for improvements on my technique, but know that with dedicated practice, you'll make pretty fast gains. That said, be kind to yourself if it takes a while. The payoff is totally worth some mild frustrations. I am going to give you one piece of advice that no one really talks about, and it's this. Try to make the motion feel effortless. Stay relaxed. Yes, it's a powerful motion, but it should feel easy. Remind yourself to do some reps every now and then without so much force. Don't worry about height or speed or explosivity. Just make the motion easy first, then start to add on. So, why should you learn how to hop? The first time I used a hop on the trail, I was out with my friend Bill. It was one of those rides where everything was just firing. Stoke was high, and you knew good things were gonna happen. We were riding a trail called The Trap. It's a local favorite of mine, so I knew that there was a spot where you could pre-hop over a small route into a small landing. The gap was only a couple of feet long, and in the moment I knew it was totally doable. So I hopped it, and it was magic. Bill's exact quote to me was, "You hit it and you were gone."
I love it when that works out. It just shoots you out like a cannon. So much speed for nothing.
You get to turn all of that gravitational force into forward momentum. It turns the smallest hill into a massive roller, and you into an absolute rocket ship. Now, my intention when I hopped that first root gap was honestly just to smooth out the trail. For you hardtail riders out there, many of you probably want a full suspension bike, something that's gonna hover over all the jank. Well, it turns out the best way to achieve that is just not to hit it at all. Go over it. Let's just put how much faster it is to not hit a speed bump aside for a second here, and just talk about how much easier it is on your skeleton. Now, I love charging, and sometimes that means rolling over some nasty chunk. But what I don't like is how it makes my brain feel like a can of spray paint. It's still fun, but it's a different kind of fun. Being smooth is not only faster, it's also more fun. And what happens when we have fun? We're able to access our creativity. Even if there's no real need to hop, you can create opportunities to use the technique that allow you to start developing your own style. Now, when I say style, I'm not just talking about huge whips. You don't have to go huge to have style, and everyone has to start somewhere, myself included. One of the things that always scared me about being in the air was this sense of being a passenger on the bike. I didn't often feel in control, and it's scary. What bunny hopping has really helped me realize is just how much I was trying to force things. Now I can hold my ground, use a little bit of the hop to take off from the lip, and maintain a solid body position. I can work from a strong hinge with my weight still over the bottom bracket and feel in control. Jumping should feel easy. Sure, I'm still nervous to boost up to the moon. I'm still learning all this too. But now I know that in trail conditions, obstacles and features of a certain size, I can maintain my body position and stay in control, not just in the air, but everywhere. When I first started learning the hop, I'd start my practice sessions with front wheel lifts or manuals. It's an inherent element of the bunny hop motion, and doing it at the beginning of a session helped set me up for success. Well, if you're learning manuals, you're kind of also learning how to pump. All three of these skills, the manual, pumping, and the bunny hop, are kind of like conjugations of the same verb. And as a result, after I spent some time with hops, my front wheel lifts got easier. And my pumping got way better. Now, that's not to say that you'll never have to hit a pump track or work on your manuals if you learn the hop, but it puts you in a way better position to succeed. And if you have ambitions to learn to manual or shred at the pump track, learning to hop is a great use of your time. Ultimately, I'm sure there are more reasons to learn the hop, and I would love to hear why you think we should be learning this skill in the comments. Hopefully this has inspired you to add bunny hops to the to-do list. As with learning any new skill, it's never a waste of time, and you never really know how it's going to impact you until you actually have a solid command of it. So with that, I'll just say, enjoy the process. And I'll see you next time.